Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to change the rear brake pads on a Saturn Vue hybrid. This is a 2009 and just going to run you through the steps here pretty quickly. Things that you're going to need: a jack, of course, a clamp, a screwdriver, a breaker bar or a socket set. It's a 3 1/4 for the lug nuts and 9/16 for the brakes. You're going to need some new brake shoes, new brake pads, sorry. And we're not replacing the discs, we're just replacing the brake pads themselves. And a sledgehammer. Sledgehammer is used to help get the wheel off once I get the lug nuts removed. So let's just walk you through the steps and show you how it's done. So the first step is to get those lug nuts loosened up while the car is still firmly on the ground. Now you can jack the car up until the wheel can spin freely. So next you're going to want to remove those lug nuts. You just leave one lug nut on and then give the tire a few hits with the sledgehammer from the inside, and that should loosen it up enough to pop it off. The lug nut that's still on will prevent the wheel from flying off. So we'll get that tire out of the way, and now we have access to the brakes. So we want to gain access to the shoes, and that's the part that squeezes the rotors, but that is encased right now, so we just need to remove a couple of bolts and we'll have access. So now that we got the tire off, you can see the brakes are exposed. There's 2 nuts, one on each end here, the brakes. So all you need to do is remove the lower one, and then this will fold up. And once that's folded up, we'll have access to the shoes underneath. So after we remove this bolt, the top of the brake should open right up. It's a bit tight. There we go. So that gives us access to the shoes. So the shoes are just placed right here, and as you can see, they're loose. So this just to make it a bit easier, use the screwdriver and pry them out equally on each side. There you go. And you can see it's quite a bit worn down in comparison to the new one. So all we do is just drop the new one right back into that exact same spot and slide it in there. So that one's done. Now the inside, same thing, just loosen it on each side. Here we go. And here's a comparison of the two. And that again just slides right back into the spot. So now that I got the pads changed, the next step is to put this back into place. But obviously it won't fit because the piston right here is out too far. So the easiest way to get that put back in is to use one of these clamps. And as you squeeze the clamp, you'll see it slowly start to push in. It doesn't take a lot of pressure, but it can't be easily done with your bare hands. So there you go, it's pushed in almost flush. Release the clamp. Then close the brake down on top. the screw back in, the bolt back in. Good and tight. So the next step here is to get the wheel put back on. So the wheel has been reattached. The next thing to do is to use a torque wrench to get those lug nuts up to torque and take it for a test drive. So that concludes my video on how to replace old brake shoes on this GM Saturn Vue. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.